go to this list of so-called grievances from China. They don't like the fact that we've banned Huawei. They don't like our foreign interference laws, Cory. They don't want an inquiry into the origins of this virus. They don't like the idea of laws that could overturn Victoria's Belt and Road deal. They don't like us speaking out against the alleged human rights abuses against the Uyghurs, on and it goes, speaking out against the South China Sea. Well, we might as well just, roll over now and become a satellite state of China. That'd make it easier, wouldn't it?
Well, that's exactly what they want, Peter. They want us to surrender. Apparently sticking up for our sovereignty and identifying China as trying to hack into our security systems, compromise our parliament, deny us real knowledge of the Wuhan flu, and, stifling free speech on university campuses. Apparently that makes us the enemy. Well, you know what? I'm backing Scott Morrison and Josh Frydenberg on this because they've had a strong response of their own today, and I really support them in it.
James?
Well, look, I just think that this is really the blustering of a nation that wants the world to think that it is very, very powerful and that it is inevitably going to wind up running the entire world. I see in all of this bluster an awful lot of weakness, Peter. A strong and confident nation does not make all of these demands of not just Australia, but nations around the world. And they are actually annoying so many people against them that they're going to wind up very, very isolated. And they've got demographic and debt time bombs that are ticking, which I think explain a lot of this behaviour.
Cory, I want to go to London because we saw some key departures in Downing Street this week. Dominic Cumming and Mr Kane, the communications director. All of this happens, and then within a nanosecond, there's now a 10-point green environmental plan. And Boris Johnson's partner was an environmental campaigner in the past. Maybe or maybe not that's linked. But they're bringing in a whole lot of stuff in relation to vehicles. They want to ban the sale of petrol and diesel vehicles by 2030, even hybrids. So the old Prius is out the door in 2035 is all part of a move. They're calling it the Green Industrial Revolution. What do you make of it all?
Well, it's simply part of, the Great Reset, which the World Economic Forum is trying to push. Boris Johnson has sold out any conservative credentials that he may have pretended to have. He keeps bringing these things forward. At the very least, he's building a nuclear power plant over there, or someone else started it, and that might supply them with enough electricity to power their electric vehicles. We have no such benefit here in Australia, Peter.
Cory, that is absolutely true. And dear old South Australia, I hope with all the heat while you're locked up at home, you still have the power grid working your way. I'm worried. I kept looking for the running of the windmills to see whether or not it was all grinding to a halt there in South Australia. James, what do you make of the move out of Downing Street?
Well, look, I just think that, you look at the way Boris Johnson has been acting lately, and you really do start to believe that some of the tales that coronavirus may actually cause brain damage are true. He has just been acting like a complete flake over all of this ecological business. And, he was never completely sound on it, but I can't imagine that any of this is going to be popular with people at the ballot box who still want to drive their petrol cars.
Now, we're going to go in a minute now because Cory has to go and host another program. But how are you coping with lockdown, James?
Oh, look, it's not too bad. I'm lucky enough to have a little kitchenette and a fridge, so I've got plenty of food. I've got tons of books and, of course, tons of work to do. So keeping busy and, it's going pretty quickly.